Imagine discovering that someone has taken your original photographs, copied them without permission, and is now using them on a company website and social media accounts. You may know that you want the material removed, but simply asking the other person to stop may not clearly communicate how serious the situation is. A cease and desist letter gives you a professional way to identify the unauthorized use, explain what needs to be corrected, and formally request that the conduct stop. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to write a cease and desist letter for unauthorized use of copyrighted material. We will go through each part of the letter individually, look at the sample wording, explain why each section is important, and show you how to make the letter firm without making it unnecessarily aggressive. Remember that a cease and desist letter is a formal demand, not a court order, so serious copyright disputes or potential legal action may require advice from a qualified attorney. Let's begin with the sender's information. The sender's information appears at the top of the letter. This section identifies who is making the complaint and gives the recipient several ways to respond. Your name, mailing address, email address, and telephone number should be accurate and current. This is especially important in a formal dispute because the letter may become part of your records later. Next comes the date. The sample uses August 9th, 2026. The date establishes when the other party was formally notified of the alleged unauthorized use. Always use the actual date you are sending the letter. Keeping the date accurate is particularly important when your letter includes a response deadline. Next is the recipient information. This tells the recipient exactly who the demand is directed to. If the material is being used by a company, make sure you identify the appropriate individual or organization and use the best available address. Now let's look at the subject line. Subject: demand to cease and desist unauthorized use of copyrighted material. The subject immediately tells the recipient what the letter is about. A specific subject line is better than something vague like complaint or important notice. Here, the recipient knows immediately that the letter concerns copyrighted material and a demand to stop its unauthorized use. Next is the salutation. Dear Mr. Reed. Always use a professional greeting. If you know the recipient's name, address the person directly and make sure the name and title are correct. Now let's move to the opening paragraph. The sample says, I am writing to formally demand that you immediately cease and desist from using, reproducing, distributing, or publicly displaying copyrighted material that I created and own without my authorization. This sentence clearly states the purpose of the letter. Notice that it does not spend several sentences describing frustration or anger. It immediately identifies the conduct being challenged. For a formal demand, direct and professional language is much more effective than emotional language. Now, explain what happened. The next paragraph says, on July 26, 2026, I discovered that several photographs originally published on my professional website had been copied and used on your company's website and social media accounts without my permission. The photographs are my original work, and I have not granted you or your company any license or other authorization to reproduce, modify, distribute, or publicly display them. This is where you provide the facts behind your complaint. The paragraph explains what was copied, where it was used, when the unauthorized use was discovered, and why the sender believes the use was unauthorized. When writing your own letter, avoid vague statements. Identify the specific material involved and explain how you discovered it. It is also helpful to preserve evidence such as screenshots, copies of the original work, publication records, and correspondence. These materials can help document your position if the dispute continues. Next, state exactly what you want. The sample says, I respectfully demand that you immediately remove all unauthorized copies of my photographs from your website, social media accounts, advertisements, promotional materials, and any other platforms under your control. I also request that you refrain from using, reproducing, distributing, or displaying these materials in the future, without obtaining my prior written permission. This is one of the most important parts of the letter because it tells the recipient what action you expect. Instead of simply saying, "Stop using my photographs," the letter explains where the photographs should be removed and makes clear that future use should not occur without permission. When writing your own demand, make your requested action specific and directly connected to the problem. Now, set a response deadline. The sample says, "Please provide written confirmation within 10 business days of receiving this letter that the unauthorized materials have been removed and that no further unauthorized use will occur." A deadline tells the recipient when you expect a response. In this example, the requested timeframe is 10 business days. You can use a different timeframe when appropriate, but it should be reasonable for the circumstances. Also remember that simply writing a deadline in your letter does not automatically make it legally binding. The legal effect of a demand depends on the circumstances and applicable law. Next, request preservation of records. The sample states, "I also request that you preserve relevant records concerning the copying, publication, distribution, and use of the photographs, as such records may be relevant to resolving this matter." This asks the recipient to preserve potentially relevant information. For example, records about how the photographs were obtained, uploaded, distributed, or used could become important if the disagreement continues. The important point is to keep this request factual and specific rather than making unsupported accusations. Now, explain the possible next step. The letter says, "I hope this issue can be resolved promptly and without the need for further action. However, if the unauthorized use continues or the requested corrective action is not taken, I reserve all rights and remedies available to me under applicable law." This paragraph shows that the matter is serious while keeping the tone professional. The writer does not make personal threats or use aggressive language. Instead, the writer explains that additional action may be considered if the problem continues. This is an important approach for formal correspondence. You want the recipient to understand that you are serious without making statements that could create additional problems. Next is the reservation of rights. The sample states, "Nothing in this letter should be interpreted as a waiver of any rights, claims, or remedies that I may have, all of which are expressly reserved." This is a formal way of stating that the sender is not giving up other rights or potential remedies simply by sending the letter. However, remember that including this sentence does not create legal rights that you otherwise do not have. Make sure the language you use accurately reflects your circumstances. Now let's look at the closing paragraph. The sample says, "Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. I look forward to receiving your written confirmation within the requested time frame." This is short and professional. The closing reminds the recipient of the expected response without unnecessarily repeating the entire complaint. Finally, we have the closing and signature. Sincerely, Adrian Cole. Use a professional closing and include your full name. If you are sending a printed copy, leave enough space to sign your name. Before sending your cease and desist letter, review the facts carefully. Make sure you have accurately identified the material, explained what happened, stated why you believe the use is unauthorized, and clearly explained what you want the recipient to do. Keep supporting evidence organized. Screenshots, original files, copies of correspondence, publication dates, and other relevant records may help establish what happened and when. You should also keep a copy of the letter for your own records and, when appropriate, use a delivery method that allows you to document when the letter was sent or received. Most importantly, keep the tone professional. A strong cease and desist letter does not need insults, emotional language, or exaggerated threats. It should be clear, factual, firm, and focused on the requested resolution. If the dispute involves significant financial damages, or you're considering legal action, it may be appropriate to consult a qualified attorney before sending the letter. Thank you for watching Writing Tutorials. I hope this guide has helped you understand how to write a professional cease and desist letter for unauthorized use of copyrighted material. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like the video, subscribe to Writing Tutorials, and stay tuned for more step-by-step writing guides. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial.